I'm James Reeves, TFBTV. It's my honor and privilege to be here with Twista, one of the greatest rappers of all time. Some of my most favorite albums, listening to Twista growing up. And I am here in Chicago in your studio. This is one of the coolest things I've ever done for TFBTV. Like, dead serious. Everybody knows that you're an incredible rapper, but a lot of people don't know that you're a legit gun guy. Like, you shoot tournaments, you're a concealed handgun instructor, concealed handgun instructor.
Yep.
You are a true gun guy.
Yes, sir.
And we actually just did like your top 6 guns, and like, dude, you got
that was hot. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That was really cool. So be on the lookout for that content if it hasn't posted already. Talk to me about Gun Camp and your concealed handgun, like the work that you do here in Chicago.
Gun Camp is a movement, it's a vibe, but we also, we try to spread the word. You know, we want everybody to know that it's their right to carry and bear arms, and how important that right is, and try to sway the minds from such a negative, reaction and perception about them to something positive. So we do a lot of work, and we get a lot of people licensed, things like that, man. So I love it.
And you guys do charity stuff, like you do gun safety, you do free courses sometimes, stuff like that, right? Tell me about that.
All the time. Like, a lot of times we'll just come straight out and do free courses because we know a lot of people can't afford it, but they still need to protect themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we do it all. We try to change it, not be so typical in our approach, and just switch it up a little bit, and also bridge that gap. Because, me being an artist, I know how people think, in the hip hop community about guns sometimes, and then I know how it is in the actual 2A community. So I try to bridge that gap the best way I can.
Our motto is guns, not politics. So for me, I can't overstate how cool that is, that you can take this audience that you already have built in, you're very influential, and you can responsibly introduce them to guns and to the gun community and bridge that gap. So to me, I think that's a really amazing thing.
Thank you.
But taking a little bit more serious note, New Orleans, I think right now might be the most dangerous city in America. That's where I am. You're Chicago.
Was right there.
Right there. So, I mean, you got to stay strapped and get clapped in Chicago or New Orleans. What is the EDC, the Chicago EDC, Twista's Chicago EDC?
Twista's Chicago EDC. It has switched up over time. Traditionally, it's a Glock 43X. I'm comfortable carrying that. But right now, we have this precious one over here. It's a staccato.
Unfortunately. I get it. No, everybody's wild about the staccatos right now. I mean, Ryan even switched from a 43X to a staccato. I get it. Why do you like this? Why would I carry this?
Well, see, the thing with me, first off, you got that QVO holster, so I can carry right in the front.
Roger, you owe me a check.
Magazine right there, because, we can only carry a certain amount of rounds in Chicago, so we'll talk about that
later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
But, my approach with staccato wasn't like everybody else's. Like, I literally saw the gun in the store, and it was like one of the most beautiful things I had ever seen. Then when I touched it and got a feel for it, I had to purchase one. So my approach to getting a staccato wasn't like everybody else's, where I was influenced in it.
Right.
So I actually like the gun. We're gonna clear that. Like I said, this one, to me, they really hit it off with this one, because they had the C2, which is also a great one, but this is the CS, and it's a little smaller. So it's a little easier to conceal. So I still get my whole feel of carrying a staccato, but in a smaller package. Like, they had the C, but that one was a single stack magazine, so not enough rounds for me. C2 was a little chunky for me sometimes, so the CS really hit it off.
This is the sweet spot right here.
This is the sweet spot right here. This is the one I like to carry the most when I'm moving around the city.
What's the capacity on this one?
The capacity on this one is 15 rounds. Yep.
So 15 plus 1 and 9.
15 plus 1, and then you got you another one right there, so you're all good.
What optic are you going with?
The optic on this one is the Delta Point Pro.
Do you like that one in particular, or is that just one you had lying around? How'd you get there?
Well, I like it in particular because when I first shot it, when I first actually got to test this gun, it had this dot on it, and also this is the footprint for staccatos too, so it mounts directly to the slide, and man, that window is like
Yeah,
wide
got a
open,
good,
you know?
and because I noticed you had some SROs, and you're an SRO, Trijicon SRO
course,
guy.
yeah.
You like that bigger
definitely.
objective on
definitely.
the DPP.
But this one, you know, I wanted to switch it up to something different, and the window was accommodating, and I like the way it fits on the gun.
I love an accommodating window. And what else do you like?
Trigger.
Yeah, flat face trigger.
Gotta do it. I like a skeletonized flat face trigger right there, so I had to do that. And
What about the light?
the light? This one I had to go with the TLR 7A. You know, something a little smaller. I didn't want it to be sticking all out there with that X300.
Can't do an X300. Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know, we got that magwell right there, thanks to Raj also. You know, so this really fits in the hand very well.
All right, so what else do we have? I mean, guns, of course, are good, but what else is part of the everyday carry for Twista?
Also, sometimes I will carry a SIG P365. That gun is very, very comfortable to carry. It's a little smaller than this. It's compatible with my Glock 43X, you know, size-wise, so I like carrying that.
Now, a couple of trendy guys like us, Twista, wearing our joggers right now. You got your tracksuit that coincidentally matches your holster. Looks great. Well, unintentional.
Unintentional.
I want to carry this big setup that you got here with this. How am I going to accomplish that? Loaded question because we just talked about it, but how do we do this?
Well, we got this little thing right here.
I've never seen this before. This is kind of weird.
From Leisure Carry. And what this does, it goes in the front of your joggers because sometimes your gun will be a little heavy or flimsy. So this will go in the front of your joggers, and it has these two clips right here.
And then you can,
you can, boom, clip it in there like that, and then draw the string.
Perfect. Yeah, and you're all set.
Yeah, so
I know I've got Ulti-Clip, these clips on other holsters. This is kind of an ingenious thing. I wonder how much this thing costs. You probably
this
they
is
sent
genius.
it to you, but yeah.
I don't know how much it costs.
Yeah, but that's but it's worth every penny.
Oh yeah.
I need to get one of those, seriously, man. Depending on who you ask, there's some people that are like, man, I make sure I've got 2 tourniquets and a flashlight and a first aid kit.
Having something is better than having nothing. So just that approach itself, you know, I think having a spare magazine is important.
That is important. You know. Do you carry like a single hand flashlight, like a one-off flashlight, or what's
I don't.
I'm looking for?
I like my flashlight attached actually to the
gun.
You know, it would be dope though. I do need that side flashlight so I can manipulate it and then not be actually considered part of the weapon if I want to flash something. So I think that's important.
So then I guess exiting from the tactical space, what else you got in your pockets? You got a wallet?
I got a wallet, maybe a knife.
For Twista, man, that's very responsible. That looks like a banker's wallet. Like
it's just a basic black wallet with some credentials in it.
Yeah.
You know, my cards that's important to me.
Yeah, my old man, he'll break out his wallet and it's got the rubber bands around it.
Yeah.
And the receipts and shit like from a gas pump like 5 years ago.
I didn't get that old yet.
Yeah.
You know, when you become that much of an OG, you got to have all the credentials and you need a thick leather wallet, not like this.
I'm running with the Garmin Fenix 7. It's got my training status, my sleep score, my steps, my current heart rate. Like it's got my, I'm pushing a 44 beats per minute heart rate. It's got my flight info. It's got my Justin Bieber that I was listening to on my jog. Nah, I'm not actually a huge Bieber guy, but it's got your wallet on here. So if you want to pay touchless, you can, you just do that.
Hey.
You've got Spotify. So like you can download your Spotify. Dude, I'm telling you.
Tony knows every
Tony,
watch.
you know. Yeah. No, the Fenix 7 is where it's at. Period. End of story. Fenix 7.
How much is it?
This one's probably about $1,000, but like the newest one, like.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, it's worth it. Shit. Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
How much the magazine for that gun cost? $800. Let me get 3.
Twista is operating with.
Well, it's usually a guest watch. There's this yellow guest watch I wear a lot. Today,
Come on, let's brag a little.
Man, I knew I was going to see James. I had to bust out. You know, so we got the Rolex right there.
Can you guys turn the lights down in here? It's too bright. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
We've got the gun. We got the watch. We got the important things, the wallet. What about knife? You a knife guy? You carry a knife?
I carry a knife sometimes, especially in the car.
What kind? Let's see it.
I actually do carry this knife sometimes. You know, so, I really need to protect myself. I need to be sure that I can get the job done. So, I got to come out legit.
Twista, don't bullshit me. Have you ever legitimately carried this knife? Twista, don't
For
with
sure,
me.
I've legitimately carried this knife.
That comes
I feel
in handy. Is
very
that the
secure with this knife. This knife is sharp.
Chicago deep dish special right there.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. That's actually, dude, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna set off something here. There are gonna be a bunch of people watching this video. Next week, they're going to start carrying the Glock entrenching tool or whatever it is. Twista, I really appreciate you taking the time to show me your setup here, your EDC. You're like me, you're a minimalist guy. There are some people that say, oh, well, where's the tourniquet? And, you know, where's the... I mean, look at us. We're a couple of stylish men. We don't like to walk around with bulges and creases in our shit.
No.
You know, I get it.
And then
Cell
I got
phone,
a little gut there. You know, I gotta be, right. I gotta be comfortable.
Oh,
so
dude, you gotta be comfortable. I mean,
minimalist, as he said.
Yeah, minimal. And the problem is, like, if you have too much shit, there are a lot of people who look. I really appreciate the guys out there. You know, the Navy SEALs, the Bill Rapiers out there, the guys that can carry all that, leave the house with all that shit. I can't do it. What's going to end up happening is I'm just not going to do it. So you got guys like us.
I need those guys to come save.
I need those guys to save our ass. Like we're going to gamble. Like, look, we're not going to take a chance on how good we look every day, but we will gamble on whether or not if we get shot, the paramedics showing up on time. That's the main takeaway.
It needs to happen. This was a dope union, and you can't believe how excited I am to be.
Oh, dude, I'm nervous right now. Like, I mean, meeting you, like, this is just such an honor, and being able to run down. This is a dream come true. Best day, TFBTV. Right up there with going to Glock, man. I'm telling you.
Likewise, I feel the same way. Man,
I appreciate it, man.
Reed.
Oh, come on. Stay tuned. We're bringing you more from Twista's studio.